hatiku. البدر كطلعته وجه جميل والشمس كبسمته ظل ظليل هو عبد الله سيد الخلق ومصطفاه وحبيب الله خير مبعوث بوحي الله مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم مولاي صل وسلم دائما أبدا على حبيبك خير الخلق كلهم يا رب صل عليه يا رب صل عليه يا رب صل عليه صلوات الله عليه هو خير عباد الله خير البرايا حي فينا بهداه حلو الوصايا نسألك الله أن تجمعنا يوما برسول الله من كوثره يروينا فتقبل يا رباه مولاي صل وسلم
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. This is Irfan and here we are live. You're listening to Revive FM. You can call the studio for anything that you need on 0333 444 0940. And we're here today. We've got a special guest later on today that will be speaking about one of his charities in Yemen. But I'd like to start with something that's very close to my heart. I'm very happy today because I was able to put the second notch onto my belt. And you know why? It's because I've given up samosas. I've given up samosas for Ramadan. How many people pledge before Ramadan that they're going to give up a certain thing before going into the holy month, and then 2 or 3 days later they haven't got the mentality to carry on? If you'd like to call in with your situation, or you can't give up certain things, then please do call in at 0333 444 0940. We're also live on Facebook Live, we're YouTube Live, Mixer Live and TuneIn Live. And if you'd like to go on the web, we're revivefm.co.uk. So today we hear the big news today that Harry and Meghan have named their son Archie. If you'd like to call in your thoughts for that, please do so. I'd like to introduce my first guest today. His name is Asger Ali, and we've been honoured in his presence that he has opened and culminated in his own charity. So we'd like to introduce Asger onto the mic. Asger, welcome to Revive FM.
Hi, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. You have been in charity for quite a number of years. How did you actually start that charity?
Well, this happened many years ago. I used to run a pharmacy, and obviously in a pharmacy we have medicine, as you know.
Yeah, obviously medical supplies.
Medical supplies, and I got in touch with I got in touch with a doctor who was from Pakistan. He was doing big charity work there.
Yeah,
and he asked me to supply him with some medication then. And this really got me interested because this happened when Pakistan was hit with flooding.
Yeah.
I think this happened about 16, 17 years ago.
16 or 17 years ago?
17 years ago, 16
Okay.
to 17 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. yeah.
Wow, okay.
And we did work very hard and sent a lot of medication over there. This got me interested in doing some sort of charity work.
Okay. And since then, where has this taken you up to? Obviously, I know you've now opened, you've got your own charity now, and through the charity commission. But do you still manage to help everybody? Do still people come up to you and say, "Look, we need medical"? Is that what you specialize in, medical supplies?
No. Since then, I've sold my pharmacy, but
Okay.
I've continued with my charity work.
Yeah.
And after Pakistan, lots of things happened. Obviously, everyone knows what's happening on a daily basis in Palestine.
Yes.
And then we had this situation in Afghanistan and Syria.
Okay.
And then hit my home country, which is Yemen. This is where I come from.
Yeah.
And all my efforts now are directed towards Yemen.
So, in terms of reaching, obviously there's a blockade. How did you manage to get the funds or the medical supplies or the food supplies or whatever you actually give? How do you manage to get it through?
We were not able to send any. Excuse me. We were not able to send anything directly over there.
Okay.
As the only thing we could send was funds, and that was also very difficult. In my case, we had. I still have some of my relatives there.
Yeah.
And I managed to send them some funds through friends and whoever was traveling to Yemen.
Okay.
And they would supply to the poor. Things are used to trickle into Yemen via Oman. Obviously, because of the Saudi blockade, Hodeidah port was blocked. So was my home birthplace, Aden. The port of Aden was blocked.
Okay.
But somehow we managed to send stuff via Oman. We also managed to send some clothes via Oman. But it took about 4 months to reach there because of the situation in Yemen.
4 months to reach.
Yes.
So if anybody wants to donate now, what do they have to do? How can they contact you?
Well, I have my. I don't know whether I should give my phone number.
No, maybe not.
No.
Maybe not.
We don't. We have a charity set up in Yemen.
Okay.
But obviously, I'm the main funder from here, so there is no way you could send any funds over there.
Okay.
Our charity is called Ana Al Watan in.
Ana Al Watan.
Ana Al Watan.
Okay.
.org. Look it up. And we are based in Sana'a.
Yeah.
And from there
You're based in Sana'a, but you're from Aden.
I'm from Aden, but
Okay.
obviously it's part of Yemen, so
Yes, of
we
course.
look after the whole of Yemen.
Yes, of course. And going forward now, what is your major project? What is your plan in future now?
Well, in future, we hope that some sort of the banking, in terms of banking and in terms of sending goods, we have some sort of stability there, because at the moment there are people over there don't get wages, hence they have no money to buy things, food rations. So we are supplying them at the moment with food rations, but this is not a long-term thing. The long-term would be that we have permanent setup for people, supply them with water, constant supply of drinking water, because I think this is the main cause of all the illnesses there.
Yes, of course.
malaria
Water
and
is such a key, isn't it?
Yeah.
And in Ramadan, how are they? Are you supplying food packs during Ramadan?
Yes, I have supplied food packs to several parts of Yemen, in Sana'a, and in Hodeidah, and in my home birthplace, Aden.
Yeah.
And we are trying to also find out supplies, constant supply of water, especially during Ramadan, as you know now, the temperatures sort of soar to 40 to 45 degrees centigrade.
Oh yeah,
very
yeah.
very hot. There.
Very extremely hot. Yeah.
Extremely hot. So I'm setting up tanks,
Okay.
and the clay tank, we call them gahlas in Arabic.
Okay.
I don't know what we call them in English, but they
Clay
are
tank maybe.
clay tanks. Setting them up on every corner of the streets,
Okay.
and they need to be filled up with drinking water.
And how do you think the situation in Yemen will, get better? What needs to be done to get better?
Oh, well, I wish I could speak to those people up there. I don't think anybody's going to be listening to me at the moment. It's not in their interest. But I feel that if of all the parties, I don't know, I don't want to get into the political side of this, but if
No,
all
of
the
course
parties
not.
sit down and get together, then we will have the situation can only improve.
Okay, if anybody wants to ask any questions, please feel free to call the studio on 0333 444 0940. Asger, we're going to leave you here for a moment. We're going to come back to you.
Sure.
And certainly we're going to be online after this.
Thank you.
When calling out your name, my heart is filled with hope. When life for me is dark, you sprinkle me with light. As long as I shall live, always I will recite La ilaha, la ilaha, la ilaha illallah, la رسول الله صلى الله على سيدنا صلى الله على إمام الأنبياء إلا الله 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 إلا الله
مدينة 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 النبي مدينة 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 النبي
In my dreams I make my way to Medina, the home and chosen place of our beloved prophet, where all I feel is peace and so much joy around. No better place for me. Yeah, Medina, Medina, Medina to Nabi, Medina, Medina. That's where I wanna be. Medina, Medina, Medina to Nabi, Medina, Medina. That's where I wanna be. Oh, oh, Medina, Medina. Oh, oh, Medina, Medina. I wake with the morning light in Medina. Everywhere I see blue skies set above these mountains, bright colors fill the streets, a smile on every face, a special place for me. Yeah, Medina, Medina, Medina to Nabi, Medina, Medina. That's where I wanna be. Medina, Medina, Medina to Nabi, Medina, that's where I wanna be. Oh, oh, Medina, Medina. Oh, oh, Medina, Medina. طلع البدر علينا من ثنيات الوداع وجب الشكر علينا ما دعا لله داع أيها المبعوث فينا جئت بالأمر المطاع جئت شرفت المدينة مرحبا يا خير داع مدينة 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 النبي مدينة مدينة that's where I wanna be مدينة 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 النبي مدينة مدينة that's where I wanna be oh oh مدينة مدينة oh oh مدينة مدينة oh oh مدينة مدينة oh oh مدينة
Assalamu alaikum, and we're back on Revive FM. If you'd like to call the studio for any questions you may have, feel free to call on 0333 444 0940. And we're also live on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Mixer Live, and TuneIn. And if you want to go online, go to revivefm.co.uk. We're back with our guest Asger here, who's actually had an amazing story, actually, you know, setting up charities and whatnot. But now he's actually funding from his own from his own wealth, from his own pocket, directly into Yemen. So Asger, have you ever considered doing any charitable fundraising events, or what's your take on that?
I to be honest with you, I don't really believe in charity events or
No?
no, I don't actually, because there's other expenses in there.
Right.
And I'm only going to be utilizing people's funds that come to me, and percentage of that is going to be utilized for that. And I don't believe in that. I really disagree with that. I think every single penny that comes to me from an individual should be spent because he's given me in good faith, and I must send every single of his penny to the poor. I see fundraising in all the Islam channels, and I know for a fact that a large percentage of this is utilized by them, and I have always disagreed with that. But I think it's their way of doing things. My way is, if you know me, send me money, and you will have to trust me, and I'll send the money over.
In good faith.
In good faith.
I mean, according to the channels, I know a lot of they've got a lot of administration costs and whatnot. But the way you have to look at it sometimes is sometimes someone gives you £1, then at least 60p or 50p will reach that person. I'd rather 50p reach that person than nothing. So something better than nothing. But you think no, everything should particularly go.
I did work with the NCR, which is the Norwegian. NRC. NRC is the Norwegian Refugee Council.
Okay. The Norwegian Refugee Council.
Norwegian Refugee Council, and they raise their funds through people who want to raise for them. Like on, and I raised quite a lot of fund for them. But I asked them once how much of this money actually goes to Yemen.
Yeah.
And they said 90% of it goes. I said, what about the 10%? They said, well, we are the only people who go into Yemen, into these areas where they've been badly bombed and all this. And we have our charity workers who risk their lives. And I said, but I still don't want them to, if you are going to do charity work, I want it to be free.
Okay.
I don't want that percentage to go to anybody except the poor. And I guess maybe I'm wrong in thinking that way, but this is my way. I take £1 from you, I make sure £1 goes to the poor.
Okay, that's very commendable. We're going to be moving on to our different segment of our show. But Asger, it's a pleasure to meet you, and all the best for your charity. For those who've got any questions to ask, please feel free to call the studio number on 0333 444 0940, and we're on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Mixer, and TuneIn. You can go online to revivefm.co.uk. You're listening to Revive FM.
We were given so many prizes. We changed the desert into oasis. We built buildings of different lengths and sizes, and we felt so very satisfied. We bought and couldn't stop buying. We gave charity to the poor cause we couldn't stand the crying. We thought we paid our dues, but in fact to ourselves we're just lying. Oh, I'm walking with my head lowered in shame for my place. I'm walking with my head lowered for my race. Yes, it's easy to blame everything on the West, when in fact our focus should be on ourselves. I'm walking with my head lowered in shame for my place. I'm walking with my head lowered for my race. Yes, it's easy to blame everything on the West, when in fact our focus should be on ourselves. We were told what to buy and we bought. We went to London, Paris and Costa del Sol. We made sure we were seen in the most exclusive shops. Yes, we felt so very satisfied. We felt our money gave us infinite power. We forgot to teach our children about history and honor. We didn't have any time to lose when we were so busy feeling so satisfied. I'm walking with my head lowered in shame for my place. I'm walking with my head lowered for my race. Yes, it's easy to blame everything on the West, when in fact our focus should be on ourselves. I'm walking with my head lowered in shame for my place. I'm walking with my head lowered for my race. Yes, it's easy to blame everything on the West, when in fact our focus should be on ourselves. We became individuals without a soul. Despite the heat, our homes felt so empty and cold. To feel the emptiness we bought and bought, maybe all the fancy cars and bling will make us feel satisfied. My dear brother and sister, it's time to change inside. Open your eyes, don't throw away what's right aside, before the day comes when there's nowhere to run and hide. Now ask yourself, cause Allah's watching you. Is it satisfied? Is Allah satisfied? Is Allah satisfied? Is Allah satisfied? Oh, I'm walking with my head lowered in shame for my place. I'm walking for my race. Yes, it's easy to blame everything on the West, when in fact our focus should be on ourselves. I'm walking with my head lowered in shame for my place. I'm walking with my head lowered for my race. Yes, it's easy to blame everything on the West, when in fact our focus should be on us.
Assalamu alaikum again, it's Irfan here. You're listening to Revive FM. Obviously, I'm here to speak about training and fitness during Ramadan. It's a very difficult subject to consider, because we often wonder. We're often trying to get ourselves fit. We're often trying to train as much as we can when it's even not Ramadan. We always say, right, from Monday I'm going to the gym, or from today I'm going. And it takes a lot of mental strength to get up and move for yourself, and to change the way you want to be fitter. What happens during Ramadan? I mean, do we train during Ramadan? Do we change our training during Ramadan? Do we train spiritually during Ramadan? I can say personally that my training regime definitely differs during Ramadan. I try to do some sort of workout, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes before iftar, before breaking my fast. It does get difficult, of course. It does get difficult because we're so concentrated on, getting up to Maghrib, getting up to our prayers, making sure we try to get to, the mosque in the evening, which can be difficult with the schedules that we have in this country. For those of you who want to discuss anything with me, please feel free to call the studio on 0333 444 0940, and I would love to hear the questions that you have posting over to me. We can get some questions over on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Mixer Live, and tune in. So please come online on revivefm.co.uk. I, for one, have done quite a few marathons. I did a ridiculous 10-mile run for Gaza many years ago, actually, during my fast. I can safely say that was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. A 10-mile run on an empty stomach. And even when I finished the 10-mile run, there was still about half an hour left to open the fast, and it was around 9:30. So it was very hot. It was very difficult. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we had around 200 runners that day, and only 30 people finished. It was very, very, very hard, and something that I wouldn't recommend. I have spoken to professional trainers. I've spoken to professional gym goers, and they dispute the fact that you should not be training during Ramadan. Because they're saying water is the key. Without water, nothing happens for you. Without water, your muscles are drained. Without water, you will not perform to your capacity. So maybe we should listen to their suggestions. However, I always feel that going for a walk or some sort of training, or some sort of a short run, a couple of miles maybe, will always help. I also believe that staying away from the samosas and the other fried food is absolutely paramount. You've got to stay away from those particular foods, and you'll find that even though they may fill you up, that they will cause you hunger pangs during the day. The best thing is water and fruit, certainly dates. Try to eat your dinner quickly, and obviously do your prayers and have your dinner, and you'd be surprised that if you fuel your body properly, your hunger will not be there. And of course, the Almighty Allah does help you spiritually, and amazingly, if you try to stay hungry during another time of the year, you really do stay hungry, and you get hungry. But during Ramadan, it seems so easy. I mean, even now it's 6:32 in the evening, and I think, I don't feel a thing. I don't feel any sort of thirst. I don't feel any sort of hunger. Had this been a normal day, however, I would be going for my coffee. I would be going for my biscuit. And I tend to think that humans, as such as we are, we tend to graze a lot. We tend to munch a lot. We tend to eat an unnecessary amount, and at odd times of the day, and we just seem to munch just for the hell of munching. Oh, can I have another cup of tea? Do you know what? I'm going to dip my biscuit in that tea. And the reality is we don't need that much food. We don't need that much fuel. We need to concentrate on what we're doing. And I find that when you do fast, the concentration levels are even more. So in terms of, you know, getting up to the aspect of food and the amount of training you need to do, we as people don't need that much food. We don't need to always need to stuff our bodies. We don't need to stuff ourselves all of the time. And I think certainly that's the cause of many of our medical issues that, you know, that we have today. You know, oh, my knees are hurting me. Oh, I've got diabetes. And you know, a gentleman was telling me the other day, you know, I suffer from diabetes, and he was holding a laddu. I'm like thinking to myself, hold on a minute here. This guy is telling me he's got diabetes and he's holding a laddu. What are you saying to me? What do you expect? Put the laddu down, you know, look after your diet, and look after what you're eating. And I believe that the stats they're very clear that in the last year, in the last 12 months, a lot of people have gone onto the vegan diet or the vegetarian diet, and they're kind of stopping to eat meat now. Of course, you know, even myself, I love my fish and I love my chicken, and you know, I guess we all do. But there are days that you think to yourself, I've got to eat vegetables at least 2 or 3 days in a row, then I can eat meat. And I believe there's a story in the Quran that says that our Prophet even used to eat meat only as a treat. You know, only used to eat it once a week. So I guess we've deviated so much from the teachings of the Hadith and the Quran, and this is what's causing half of our health problems as such. For those of you who want to discuss anything with me, feel free to call in at 0333 444 0940. We're going to be listening to Maher Zain.
As he promised, he will always be there to bless us with his love and his mercy. 'Cause as he promised, he will always be there. He's always watching us, guiding us, and he knows what's deep in our hearts. So when you lose your way, to Allah you should turn. 'Cause as he promised, he will always be there. Allahu Akbar, 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 Allah. So when the time gets hard, there's no way to turn. As he promised, he will always be there to bless us with his love and his mercy. 'Cause as he promised, he will always be there. He's always watching us, guiding us, and he knows what's deep in our hearts. So when you lose your way, to Allah you should turn. 'Cause as he promised, he will always be there. Allahu Akbar, 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 Allahu Akbar.
And that was Maher Zain, Always Be There. And we're here on Revive FM. If you'd like to ask any questions, please feel free to call into the studio on 0333 444 0940. We're also on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Mixer, and TuneIn. And if we want to go online, go on to revivefm.co.uk. So we got today's news, obviously. Today's news that we've got the new royal baby. Please give me your thoughts on that. Please give me your thoughts on the name. Of course, we have to keep up to date. We have to keep up to, you know, what's going on in the world. what's going on in the world in Palestine, what's going on in the world in Yemen, what's going on in the world in our news. You know, we shouldn't be closing our eyes so much. Unfortunately, you speak to people sometimes and you think, do you know what's happening in the world? Do you even know what's happening around you? I think it's very important that we are all aware. I often find I speak to people and they're very happy in their little bubble. It's important just to stay happy in your own bubble. It's very important to respect yourself, but I think it's even more important to realize what's going on around the world, to be more conscious of what you're doing and be conscious of your decisions as well, which is vital. If you'd like to call in on 0333 444 0940. I think we've got a call here. Hello, caller.
Hi, my name is Zina.
Hi there, how can I help you, Zina?
I wanted to ask a question to the speaker, actually.
Yes, speaking. Yeah, go for it.
I wanted to find out what was the best time in Ramadan to actually work out, since you were mentioning it quite a lot. And I always find it difficult to try and find time to work out. So what is the best time?
I personally, there's two times of the day that you should be able to work out, but I think with the schedule it's often very, very difficult because the fasting is so late. So we often say that with around half an hour left before you break your fast, that's a good time to train, because at the end of that you're definitely going to eat, or you're definitely going to have something to drink, which is the main thing. Or after Taraweeh, if you can go for a walk, a power walk, or just a small special session in the gym, or whatever you do at home, that's often the best time. I often find sorry, what's your name? Zina. I often find that during the Ramadan, with the day so long, it can really catch up to you. I mean, what do you do personally? What's your take on that?
I normally work out, but normally, in the mornings.
In the morning. So you in the morning.
Yeah.
So before work,
but not
or?
in Ramadan. So I was finding it a little difficult to find out what time of the day was best during Ramadan. And
during Ramadan, your schedule seems to change a lot, unfortunately. But we have to take the blessings of this month, which is what we're doing, and increase our taqwa, and increase our concentration. However, as myself, I love to train, and it sounds like you do too, because you're training in the morning.
Yeah.
So after iftar, after your Taraweeh, that is a good time to train.
Isn't that very late?
It's very late. That's the problem. So we, depending on your schedule, a lot of people stay awake until sahur, which is probably not ideal. But I often find that I train with around half an hour left. So today I think the fasting breaks around 8:35 or 8:40. So around 8 o'clock I will start to train. And I will do some strength training.
You get to drink water at the end of it.
Yeah, you get to eat at the end of that. You get to drink, and you'll find that you're not as thirsty as well. I mean, even now I'm not very thirsty. Obviously, the spirit of Ramadan does help you, but try to train only a few times a week as well.
What is the best type of workout? Would you recommend doing weights or having a run before, or what would be best?
Yeah, I would try to say not running, to be honest. But even though I love to do it, but I wouldn't do it. But if you want to go for a very quick power walk, then I've spoken to a couple of professional trainers. The body pumpers, that the ones that show their body, the ones that are training every day, the ones that look after their diet. During Ramadan they train very lightly, extremely lightly, but they also tend to eat properly as well. So they'll have the certain amount of egg, they'll have the certain amount of porridge, with food with very high glycemic index, very slow releasing foods. And they say water is the key. You must fuel, it's like petrol into your car. So water into your body as much as you possibly can. Don't hit 2 liters of water in one hit, but over time you must try to drink as much as possible. And they said also that after Taraweeh they tend to train weightlifting, which is very static training, 20 minutes or so, or they go for a very quick power walk. And they find that they don't lose so much of their mass, they don't lose so much of their training, because they're training the other 11 months of the year. So they use this month as their break. Which is
excellent. It's been very, very helpful.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Zina, and happy Ramadan.
Yes, and the same goes to you and your family.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And that was Zina calling regarding what time is the best time to train. So like I said before, it's good to train just before you're going to break your fast. I understand that you're going to be getting your food ready, and you know we concentrate so much on that time at Maghrib when it's our time to break fast. However, it's also important to keep your stature, to keep your strength, because the strength is one of the main things. Very important to keep your strength up. Yes, we got another caller. Hold on a second. Hello, caller. No, seem to have dropped there. No problem at all. So we're gonna have a short break where we'll be listening to Salam by Muhammad Yasin.
Listen to the hood of the flute. The pain, it's separation from each tree. That's how my heart feels when you away from me. That's the unstable pulse within me. Oh, oh, oh. You are the one that I love, the one that I need, the one that I breathe. You are the one that I see wherever that I be. Call my destiny. You are the one that I cry for you.
Hello, who's calling?
Assalamu alaikum, Irfan. What's happening, bro?
Welcome. How did I know you were going to call me?
You knew I was going to call, isn't it?
I
You
just-
knew I was going to call.
I just knew it. I just absolutely knew it.
Just go back on the air and see if we're going live.
So first of all, I need to ask you
Yes.
that. First of all, I should give you a happy Ramadan, bro. Ramadan
Ramadan
Mubarak.
Kareem.
Everything going good so far?
All well and good. Right, we're going to go back on live now. 1 second, yeah?
Okay, wicked.
Okay, we got a caller on line 1. Who is speaking, please?
Assalamu alaikum, Irfan. This is Muz, bro. How you doing?
Muz, how are you, sir? How are you? Why are you not here with me?
Why am I not here with you? You didn't invite me, bro. You wanted to do a show. You wanted to do it yourself, and you wanted to power ahead, and you just left me behind, bro. What can I say?
I can't power without you, man. No way, no chance in hell. When are you going to be back on?
I thought the Don, Mr. Asger, was gonna showcase these skills and turn up. I'm guessing he didn't turn up.
He did turn up, absolutely. Mr. Asger did turn up. He was here.
We missed him then.
Yeah, we had him for about 20 minutes or so. He was speaking about a charity in Yemen, and I mean, it was a remarkable time. Honestly, it's a very interesting talk, to be honest with you.
Oh, you know what? That's probably why I didn't turn up, because your dad, bro, is quite a scary man. we thought avoid that and just leave you to it. Innit?
Have you been training during Ramadan?
Listen, this is another thing I want to pick up on with you.
Yes.
You know I was going to do a fitness show tomorrow, yeah?
Yes.
I've been hyping it up all this time, and you go ahead and decide to to do a fitness show yourself.
No, I spoke to the boss.
Bro.
I spoke to the boss here. He said, "Look, we can have many segments of, we got our brother here, Zahir Haq. You know Zahir Haq. He's got his own sports show as well on Revive FM.
That's it.
So he said, "Look, we can have lots of segments and lots of times, lots of different variations of fitness and sport and absolutely." But have you been training or not? Is it difficult for you at the moment?
You know what, Ramadan, right now, I'm not going to lie. First couple of days has been quite... Well, first day was good.
Yeah.
Second, third day, you know what, even today, man, I'm feeling tired, man. I'm feeling tired, weak, a little bit drained.
Yeah.
Got a session. I'm going actually after my radio show tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll be going for a session, as you've said, at iftari time.
Yes.
That's the time to train.
That is the time to train.
Inshallah, the plan is tomorrow to go, man. But it's not easy, man.
Do you know what? Do you know, Muz, I was actually going to point this out. You know the guys. I tend to speak to a lot of the guys, and they're training. And I think we underestimate what the women actually do during Ramadan. The way they get everything ready, the way they're just so smooth at doing absolutely everything.
Is your wife watching? Is your wife watching the show?
No, not my wife's not watching. But I mean, I can imagine a lot of women that they slave away in the kitchen, and I think without them, we wouldn't be able to do all this. Okay, I'm going training after iftar and whatnot. I think they got everything under control, and to be honest with you, we are so lucky.
It's true. I mean, without the women right now, they make Ramadan easy for us. Look, we're sitting here complaining.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm complaining anyway. I'm tired and whatever. They're still looking after the children. They're working.
Absolutely.
They're cooking. You know what? All credit goes to them, man. All credit
to our mothers. All credit to our sisters.
I don't know where they get the energy from. I
don't know either.
Now have a quick nap. Yeah, I don't know where they get the energy from. Seriously.
I don't know. And they're working. They work as well. So we have to give them the absolute maximum respect.
Definitely.
So, are you going to train after iftar today or tomorrow?
Not today. I mean, look, I went through a phase. I'm going to talk about it in a lot more detail tomorrow.
Yeah.
That people know that obviously I've had, crazy weight issues over the years.
Yes, I know you for how many years now? 20?
What are you laughing for, bro? What are you laughing for? You're supposed to motivate me, not laugh at me.
No, I'm not laughing. I'm actually with you on this. I really feel for you because it is an extremely difficult thing to have. A few of my relatives have got the same situation where they ping pong between weight.
All right, fair enough. No, that's good.
Yeah,
but yeah, so obviously finally got that under control.
Yeah.
Now at the phase of you're trying to achieve something with your physique or whatever.
Right.
And it's not been easy, man. I mean, I used to have a trainer that I was working with quite religiously 3-4 times a week training, and it was quite good. He's gone abroad now, and it's meant that your motivation is gone. You don't have a training partner. You just you're finding it tough. So for me to achieve that next level that I want to achieve, I'm struggling, and this is one of the reasons why. The brother's coming in tomorrow to talk about these things as well. But yeah, speaking with you as well,
but
it's not easy, man. Once you go through this phase where you just need that extra push to turn it into a routine, you're struggling to turn it into a routine, and your other priorities start taking over.
Of course, other priorities take over. But have you, when you want to kick your own ass, kick yourself into shape.
Yes.
That is the best motivator you can have. You don't need anyone to knock on your door and say, "Come on, Muz, let's go for a training session." You need to be able to get up. That's the mentality that you have to have. Get up yourself and say, "Do you know what? I'm going to do it myself." I think your trainer has done you a favor by going away for a little while. Perhaps no, because he's
right now. I think it doesn't feel like it right now.
No, but Muz,
yeah,
remember, he's actually
right.
babysat you through training sessions. He's actually looked after you through your training session, and he's taught you everything. Now he's taught you everything that he needs, that he knows, and now you're ready to take on that reign of saying, "Do you know what? I need to get there by myself and do some sparring, and I need to do some skipping, and I need to." Because what you've achieved so far, because what I've seen since lately, you look remarkably good. But now you need to keep that, Muz. You need to keep that. At that particular level, because it's easy to let it go, very easy. And the discipline will be there, and you think, do you know what? Just one milkshake, it'll be all right. No, just Don't worry. No. One milkshake adds to one samosa adds to one burger, and suddenly you're socializing again, and you think, do you know what? This is not happening here. I need to get to the gym.
It's not happening.
And
Exactly.
it's a long, slippery road, but it's a very high, difficult mountain to climb.
Yes.
Extremely difficult mountain to climb. So you're going to be on the station tomorrow, Revive FM.
That's it, inshallah, Revive FM. I'll be on the station tomorrow, same time, 5 to 7 drive time.
Inshallah.
And we've got a nutritionist coming in, and we're going to have interesting... I mean, look, bro, the self-made dream team reunite again. So, inshallah, let's see what we come up with tomorrow then, eh?
So, Muz, regarding the dream team, there was, I think, last year... The self-made. Last year we put a challenge out to you. If you remember.
To me?
To you and your team, absolutely. Remember, we said we're going to do a 10k run, and you said no, Irfan, I need to build up to this. Now, obviously, you've been training. Yes. You're looking in remarkably good shape. What is your take on this now? Are you ready to take on that 10k run?
You know what? We might have to announce something, but if you look through the window, where you're sitting in the lovely Revive FM studios,
yes,
and you look right through the window, and there should be a certain managing director there with the name of Ish Sethi. Is he there?
No, Ishmael has done a massive runner. So with that runner he's done, he's already training.
He's already done his calorie intakes for the day.
He's done his calorie intakes for the day.
All right. So he's smart. He knows exactly what's coming.
He knows what's coming.
Scaring him. Like, look,
he's coming into this. Okay, listen to this, Muz. If somebody's donating, if somebody's going to donate £5,000 for Revive FM, my man here is going to do the 10k run along with me, along with you, because I'm going to guide you.
Mate. Let's up the stakes. Yeah.
Go on.
If someone or a group of people or someone got together and said that £5,000 for a 10k run, and you know what? If that £5,000 comes in Ramadan, I personally feel the run should be done in Ramadan.
In Ramadan, absolutely. The run should be done during Ramadan if the money comes in Ramadan. And we will broadcast it live. We'll broadcast it live on Facebook. I'll be training with you. I'll be running with you as well, for sure.
Irfan, you set the challenge. Put it out there, bro.
I'll put it out there.
On my side. Challenge accepted on my side.
The challenge is accepted for those of you who want to donate, or a group of you who want to donate £5,000 for a 10k run, and that £5,000 is for an extremely good funding situation. Trust me on this one. Call into Revive FM on 0333 444 0940, and we will actually video and Facebook. We will actually put it on Facebook Live. Muz, and I'm telling you, Muz, you're going to finish in under 1 hour. Under 1 hour.
Inshallah, bro. Just to get through that run, I'm on it, man.
Absolutely.
But you know what? Put the challenge out. Tell the Revive FM lot that, you know what? The challenge is there. It's set. So let's inshallah do this, man. If we can get that donation in, we're doing that run, man.
We can do that run. And I will listen in tomorrow to make sure that somebody is actually going to call in to do that donation.
Inshallah.
And we'll do that run in Ramadan, 100%.
I have to say, it's an honor that we've got you on the team.
Thank you. It's an honor to even be sitting here. I think it's an absolutely fantastic studio here,
Inshallah, man. Looking forward to your future shows as well.
Inshallah.
And inshallah, good luck with everything.
Inshallah.
And hopefully catch up with you soon, bro.
Inshallah. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Love you.
If you want the Prophet to plead on the day of the stampede, if you want the Prophet to plead on the day of the stampede, love Allah and al-Habib, salawatullahi alayhi, salawatullahi alayhi, salawatullahi alayhi. The Prophet, peace be upon him, peace and blessings be upon him. Let us all say together, salawatullahi alayhi. النبي صلوا عليه صلوات الله عليه كلكم قولوا سوا صلوات الله عليه. The Prophet, peace be upon him, peace and blessings be upon him. Let us all say together Let us all say together, Salawatullah alayhi.
And that was Salawatu from Mesut Karias. I'm coming to the end of my show. I've had a great time over here. My name is Irfan. You're listening to Revive FM. Tomorrow, join Muz on Drive Time between 5 and 7, where we'll be making sure that someone's going to be donating £5,000 for a 10k run done by Muz live on Facebook, and including our managing director Ish, who thinks he's got away with it, but I'm telling you now, he has not got away with it one bit. Thank you and take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.